1 second. So here we go. 4th and 2 for the Golden Lions from Arkansas Pine Bluff. Edwards to pass. It comes inside, and that's going to be caught and a first down by Damon Dawkins. And so talking to Coach Alonzo Hampton, he says if they're going to do anything offensively today, Damon Dawkins will have to have a big game.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a great catch because he was getting hit as that ball came in. I didn't think there was any way he could hang on to it, and he sure did. He weighs just $170, and to get hit like that, he hung on to the ball. Great job for his team making plays.
So the Golden Lions picked up a first down on 4th down. Edwards to throw again. This time he's going to run with it. Comes upfield, ball is out. That's another fumble, and it's recovered by number 22, Antonio Doyle Jr., who comes away with the first big play of the ball game. And we talked about the fumbles. We said Pine Bluff had to hang on to the football, and that's a perfect example.
Yeah, and again, it goes where you're just trying to make too much happen, and right here he gets hit. Look at that hit right up underneath him. He gets raised in the air, and again, that ball just comes flying out. And Coach talked about this week, you got to keep the ball high and tight on your body. You can't have that ball hanging out a little bit. Watch here and watch the hit. Right there, comes underneath him, flips him over the top. What a great shot that was.
So the first turnover of the game goes to Jackson State.
Nice Peppers, what a hit.
And Jacoby and Morgan and company are back on offense. Morgan will throw it, completes his pass. And it's going to be a nice gain to maybe. Morgan looking downfield, has to spin away from the pressure, and they got him, and he is sacked in the backfield. Big number 55, Isaiah Ward, one of the defensive leaders.
See how they improve on that today.
3rd and long now for the Tigers, who lead this ball game 7-0. Jacoby and Morgan started his second game at quarterback. He's the transfer from Syracuse, and he's going to throw it. Morgan with some time, lots of time, airs it deep, and he's too high. He had a receiver that was open. That was Duke Miller, and he just went too high, just right over his head, and it goes off of Duke's fingertips.
Yeah, and you can't miss a play, right? You can't miss the open play like that. That goes to the keys to the game. You got to start with intensity. The Tigers have certainly done that. Ball security so far, they've hung on to the ball. And then Morgan has to hit the play that is there. And right there was one of them. He didn't hit. When you've got a guy there, you got to be accurate enough and throw. And he stood in the pocket really strong, just didn't connect.
He didn't hit that one. Keys to the game brought to you by GM. Those were the keys for Jackson State. As Matt Noel gets the punt away. And it's going to hit and bounce. And it's going to bounce through the end zone. So there's a whistle blowing down there. There's a little pushing and shoving, but no harm, no foul. We have a 7-0 game with 10:08 to go. We're going to pause for a timeout. We'll be right back at Simmons Bay.
Can you guys hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Let me see. Let me know in the comments if you can hear me. Because I don't have my microphone today. I didn't bring my microphone with me because I'm just now getting back from Washington, D.C. I'm in Charlotte right now. I'm at a friend's house. Okay, good. Y'all, I am so sorry that y'all missed basically the first two plays of the game. Jacoby and Morgan passed to DJ Stevens for a 70-yard touchdown right down the sideline, all the way down. Amazing pass. And then as an update, Antonio Doyle had a fumble recovery. The ball was fumbled into the air and Antonio Doyle caught it. This is just updating the play-by-play, and then we just had a 3-and-out with Jacoby and Morgan. And so now UAPB has got the ball. Matt Knoll, our original punter, is kicking today right now. Oh no, Wiggins got hurt. I thought that was Isaias Guthrie with his hand. I didn't know that. All right, let's go ahead and tune in. Go ahead and
The Southwest
hit the like button.
Athletic Conference.
If this is your
And by
first time here, go ahead and subscribe
Sponsored of the
and enjoy
Swipe.
the game. If there's like a delay,
That last punt by Jackson
I'm not
State's
gonna
Matt
say
Knoll
it's
was good for 53 yards, so it goes out
I'm
of
not
the
gonna
end
say it's
zone.
not
So
me,
Arkansas
but
Pine Bluff will start first
I'm
and
not at
10
home right now.
from their 20-yard line. Of course, they're
See, I jinxed myself. I'm not gonna say that's me. We have the same type of internet. So if it goes too bad, I probably won't stay on the complete stream.
So here we go, 2nd and 8 now. And again, good reaction by that Jackson State defense. Big number 99, Jeremiah Williams, is there on the stop.
Got Williams, Doyle,
Yeah, I'll tell you that the Tigers defense has been solid all year long, and they're getting better, right? I mean, they're growing. They're not getting stagnant. They're getting more and more
Philip
explosive.
Webb on the
and again,
field.
that's where Jackson State says, okay, that's how we're supposed to be, getting better
Hazel.
and better and better.
Yeah, you talked about last week. 12 tackles for loss for Jackson
KJ
State.
Aaronson,
Here's a big 3rd-6
linebacker
coming up now for
so
the Golden
KJ
Lions. 12
and
tackles
Peppers
for loss
is
last week,
playing
3
linebacker.
interceptions, and
And you have
8
Philip Webb and
sacks
Doyle
by the
off
Tigers.
the edge.
I mean, that's an impressive defensive outing.
I
So
wanna say
Arkansas
that's
Pine Bluff on
Miles
3rd down. Edwards to throw it, and it's going to be incomplete inside, so they could not pick up the 1st down this time. Good coverage by the Tigers, and the Golden
That's
Lions
4 and out.
Football away.
Watch this, as a receiver, he's got to get some separation. He's covered like a shirt, really. Quite frankly, he wasn't open. He didn't give it, and he didn't throw it to the outside where he was a little free to be able to get it to him. So
Isaac Peppers was all over him, man. The big linebacker for Jackson State, but it looked like Edwards expected him to continue on his route, and Peppers wouldn't let him.
No,
so he had nowhere to go. So in to put the football away is Jeremy Baker. Gets it away, low kick, end over end, going to bounce.
Don't touch. Just
Seven
leave.
McGee
Just
chooses
move.
to let it
Move out
bounce.
the
It's a
way.
good move there, and it's going to
We don't
fall the
need you to
rest
do no slip
right
up
about the
like South
35-yard
Carolina
line is
State
where
did the
Jackson
other night.
State will go back on the offensive end. So Jackson State will take over the football when we come back. 7-0 Tigers.
Oh my goodness, we have a lot of commercials. Goodness. Why so many commercials? All right, y'all. Y'all go ahead and comment the score in the chat. First quarter, roughly, I don't know if this is correct. It says it's 10 minutes left, but I think there's way more time off the clock than that. But comment the score in the chat so we can share that. It seems like they have a lot of commercials. I have never seen so many commercials. Like, good Lord. Arkansas Pine Bluff is 1-6 overall, 1-2 at home, 0-3 away, and they're on a 4-game losing streak. This is a pretty big game for them. You know, they're trying to find their footing. This is a big game for Jackson State as well, because we need a dominant performance today. Now, with the rain, this definitely could, affect the game with it being wet. I would like to see some defensive touchdowns here, though.
They're getting set to rock and roll on offense. Puts 7 McGee in motion, so you have 3 receivers to the left. Comes back to McCray. McCray makes the catch, still on his feet as he slips the tackle, and McCray will be pushed out of bounds just short of midfield.
Yeah, with Rico Powers out, McCray, you're going to see he's going to be a guy they go to try to make something really big happen. Again, puts it right in front of him so he can explode and make some play. Great job making that first tackle miss.
And that's another thing that Arkansas Pine Bluff has had problems with, is making the tackle. As you see, Ahmad Miller going in motion there for the Tigers. Morgan goes back the other way with the screen. And it's going to be a nice pickup again for about 8 yards. So the Tigers on first down are doing a great job of moving the sticks and picking up the yardage. That was 19 Kobe Paul who made that catch.
2 major things on those wide receiver screens. You've got to have willing blockers for your wide receivers.
To 7 McGee this time. McGee steps out of bounds after picking up 4. So you can see the Tigers picking up the tempo, and they're having no problems throwing the ball despite the wet conditions out on the field.
Yeah, and again, those are good, safe plays. And again, you got receivers that are willing blockers. And what the good job is, he's putting the ball right out in front of those receivers. So once they catch it, they can turn and look, and they know what's coming and how to make their moves.
Seeing a difference, they're playing 2 tights. They got Hayden Hagler and Stevens on the field at the same time.
He grew up in the area. TC recruited him as a young man, and here he is. He's going to pass the football. Now he has to run with it, and he's caught from behind and sacked. A big play by number 27, and that is Kyle Knox. He was helping out on the play, and that's going to be a loss for Jackson State.
I'll tell you what, Knox got there just at the right time. Watch this. Knox doesn't give up on the play, but he was just getting ready to accelerate right when he was able to grab those hips and take him down.
Kyle Knox coming on the blitz, and as you said, he did not give up, came from behind and dropped Morgan. That'll make it 2nd and 15 for the Tigers. Morgan will throw it again. Passing underneath, and it's a completed pass to his other big tight end. That's Hayden Hagler that time with the catch, number 14.
Tigers very deliberate.
So now they have a 3rd and 8 coming up for the Jackson State Tigers. Still on his feet as he takes it down to the 5. So a big gain right there, 5 yards by Jacobian Morgan. He came into this ball game with 4 touchdowns rushing. Has 1 TD passing and 4 rushing. So obviously he started to get him back into action with working him in goal line packages. So he had been coming in for the Tigers when they were near the goal line, running the football and keeping it and doing a good job getting it into the end zone. So here we go. 2nd and goal with 5:40 to go here in the first quarter. Tigers put a man in motion. Turn and they give it to Ahmad Miller, and Miller's going to be caught at about the 4, maybe the 3-yard line and pushed back, but he stopped cold right there.
Again, good job by the Golden Lions. I mean, they just right at the point of attack and just did not let down. They have a player down right now.
And the officials are pointing to the sidelines and signaling that they do need help out on the field right now.
He hasn't moved much. He's just sitting up. Can't see the number, Butch, but hopefully the trainers will get out there and they can attend to him and take care of him. This actually gives the Tigers a good time to be able to figure out and strategize exactly what they want to do on this play.
They will strategize on the sidelines, but
Y'all do know that's the same play. That's the same play for Hayden. Probably basically the same scheme they had him run last year with Shador, but the same type of sweep or play. Lord have mercy. So yeah.
consoling him on the sideline, consoling him in the locker room, and to see him bounce back this year, it just does play well and contribute to what's going on with the Tigers. It's really a big thing.
No, you are right. You are right. That was a huge drop. And again, how you react in failures is the mark of someone's character. And you can see his character is just fine in the way he plays for his team.
So Dylan Watson coming out to kick it off for the Tigers. Let's take a look at the scoring drive. 9 plays. It covered 65 yards, and it took the Tigers 3 minutes and 40 seconds before that 4-yard TD pass from Jacobian Morgan to Hayden Hagler, who actually hails from Sulphur, Louisiana, made the catch, took it in 4 yards for the touchdown. So Wasson with the kick. And the Golden Lions will take it at the 4. Got some running room this time, and he's going to be knocked down at about the 26-yard line. So a nice return by Donald Johnson right there for the Golden Lions. and they will go back on offense. So they've had some success offensively here, but it's just when they've had to convert on the big third downs, they haven't been able to do it.
Yeah, and again, and you pointed out that one big fumble earlier. Just you can't have that happen. You can't turn the ball over that way. But again, you gotta focus. A team like this, just focus on each play, each drive. Keep it. You can't look at the big picture right now. You just got to look at win each play. You really do.
We had so many quotes from Alonzo Hampton, the first-year coach at Arkansas Pine Bluff. We'll get to some of that in a minute. Edwards to pass it. Going to go underneath. Has his man out there. That is Dawkins. He gets away, and he's going to have a gain of about 2. Made something out of nothing, did Damon Dawkins, because the outset, that play looked like it was going nowhere.
Oh, he was doing some dancing. I think he was dancing with the stars. He was cranking it out, but that all that dancing got him another 3-4 yards right there. So
Dawkins, 5'10", 170 pounds from District Heights, Maryland. Of course, Jackson State comes into this game 5-3 overall. The Golden Lions 1-6. Alonzo Hampton says, it just looks like we're losing, but what we're doing is we're learning and we're getting better. And a nice play in the backfield there as Jonas Davis is taken down before he could actually get going. That is Kirsten Rogers, actually number 35 on the carry.
Yeah, he tried to turn that edge, just couldn't do it. Again, that's the aggressive defense of Jackson State. They are just Isaac Peppers, just everywhere.
Yeah. He's a special player and a special story. He came into the game with 3.5 sacks, but he also had 7.5 tackles for loss. You could probably make that 8.5 after that play right there. So 3rd and 10 coming up now for the Golden Lions. Chancellor Edwards at quarterback. Under pressure. He's hit as he went to throw it, and a big stick indeed as he goes down. It was Joshua Clark, and the ball is still loose, picked up by the Tigers. In return, let's see what the official.
That ball is down.
Whistle too early, just in case. And so I think under review, you're going to see he's passing that ball. He cocks it back, and he's throwing. He just gets hit on the elbow. Hopefully his elbow's okay, because he gets hit with the helmet right on that elbow.
That was Joshua Clark bringing the heat.
I'm going to say that just the Tigers offense is running out there. They're ready to go, but it's under review right now.
It's under review, so we'll see what they come out with. I agree with you. When you look at that on the play right there, it looked like the arm was definitely coming forward, and it looked that way in regular time also.
Yeah, and again, I'm more concerned about Edwards' elbow. Watch his elbow right there hits the helmet as he's throwing it forward. You got to hope he's okay. But what a hit. And again, the aggressiveness of the Tigers defense, they just keep coming. But hopefully this isn't a turnover if you're a Golden Lions fan. And I don't think it is.
Well, and that's one of the things T.C. Taylor told us. He told his offense coming into this game. He said, you guys need to relax and just play ball, because the defense will create those turnovers for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, watch it right there, boy. You see that happen so fast, but his arm's going forward before that ball comes out. But it looks like his elbow's okay. He's not grabbing it, so hopefully that's the case. And again, I'm glad we saw it full speed. I always, slow-mo's great.
Yeah.
But you get used to seeing slow-mo and go, how did he miss that? Well, look at it full speed, and let me tell you how quick that happens. People forget. You blink or you have some kind of quick moment, you can't see it. And there they go. They're sending their offense back to the sidelines. I think that the punt team will come out. Was this third or is going before? Here we go again here. And watch him just come. That ball starts forward, and then he's hit on the elbow as he's throwing it. I don't know what's taking him so long to call that, but I think it's pretty obvious at this point.
Should be pretty clear. So the Golden Lions are on offense, so it looks like they will have the football. 4th down and 10 yards to go, so they will punt it away. So Jeremy Baker will come on for the Golden Lions with 3:35 to go here in the first quarter. So the kick goes off the foot, so it's not a good punt at all as it goes off to the side and goes out of bounds. That's going to be a short kick, and it's going to give Jackson State great field position.
Yeah, looks like they're going to be in Golden Lions territory right out of the gate. That's not what you want. You certainly have to have better punts than that. We'll see where it's spotted here. Looks like the 46-yard line. So now the Tigers are going to come out. They were ready to come out a minute ago. So yeah, they're just out of play later.
The Tigers did the right thing offensively. They picked up the fumble, what appeared to be a fumble, and ran with it because that's what you're supposed to do, but it goes down as an incomplete pass. Now they have the football again offensively, and they go to Moultrie on the handoff around the right side, and Moultrie's going to pick up about 4 yards. So a nice carry on first down.
Well, watch Moultrie just battle from the first contact. You see how he just kind of went from one guy engaging into 2, 3, and 4 guys before he went down.
Morgan's going to keep it this time, looking for some room, and the big fella slides down close to the first down. May have picked it up. He got very close. We'll see where the officials put it down.
Looks like he's probably a yard short on that one, Butch.
So it's going to bring up 3rd and short because he slid. They marked him an extra yard. So call it a long one. 3rd and a long one for Jackson State to get the first down. Football resting on the 43-yard line. And the give, and he's upended. A big stop there by the Golden Lions.
I just don't know where that mark is. It looks like that mark's real close to that first down, Coach.
That was Moultrie again. He didn't need much. He just needed to get a yard and a half, and it is a first down for the Jackson State Tigers. So a good job by Moultrie getting what he needed there.
Again, we've seen Moultrie before. It's kind of funny to me. I remember the last time we saw him, he was running a little more powerful inside. It seems like he's kind of running off the edges here, running off tackle into the outside today.
That last punt by Jeremy Baker, 20 yards. And they try to go to the end around. Ball is out, and it's going to be recovered by Jackson State. So the Tigers trying to get fancy there in the backfield. And let's see, now big number 90 has the football for Arkansas Pine Bluff. Cameron Rutherford. You see right there, Moultrie tried to pitch it. It's loose, still out there. And right there, looks like 90 took it away. We will see what the officials say. 64 had it, Deontay Graham.
Yeah, but
it was dead. It was dead. Hey, man, if you're not trying.
That's right.
So good job by big number 90, Cameron. Nice gain. He got a big chunk of that back to Duke Miller right there.
The timing of the Tigers.
It's raining.
Really impressive.
Why are you trying to do all these fancy ass pitches and stuff?
Looks right. Comes back left.
Like, it's not necessary.
Lineman out in front of him. They create the play really well.
It's already,
and again, he runs
condition.
inside of his blocks right there. Really, really good.
Kyrie Williams, the young man who made the tackle, is down on the field. He came in there with that shoulder, and he went to walk away, and he immediately grabbed his shoulder and went down. So we're still early, and we've got 50 seconds to go here in the first quarter. We've already had 3 injuries.
Yeah, and they've all been on the Pine Bluff side. Again, pretty physical game, and the Tigers certainly bring the intensity. That was part of the big thing that they needed to make sure they did, right? When you look at an opponent, people start saying you can overlook. T.C. Taylor said we don't overlook anyone. We got to make sure we have our focus and bring the intensity. He's talked about it before, that they just have to play the best they can play and not worry so much about the opponent, but you can't overlook them, and the intensity is key.
Kyrie Williams, a 5'11", 201-pound junior from Akron, Ohio. He's a transfer from Iowa Western Community College. And we saw him go off on his own power, as we said before. That's always a good sign as we are ticking down to the end of the first quarter. 3rd and 6 now for Jackson State. They put Big Hagler in motion. Morgan looking downfield, fires a strike. It's caught by McCray, and he's out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. So a great job to Fabian McCray. Jacobian Morgan completes the pass to McCray.
They're moving the ball,
McCray
y'all.
already having a pretty good day, real quick. He gets his
We
fourth
could
catch.
put up 60 today.
Tigers knocking at the door, but we're down to 15 seconds to go in the quarter.
We do 20 in each. That's 80.
Morgan down to 8 seconds. Now he's going to pass it. Under pressure. Morgan is caught and dropped in another big defensive play by the Golden Lions. Number 21, Grant Ewell Jr. from Portland, Oregon is in the backfield and dropped him as we come to the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, Morgan stares him down for a minute like, I'm not worried about you, I'm throwing over you. And then he just couldn't move quick enough to get out of the way.
Yeah. Very indecisive by Morgan there. But that is the end of the first quarter. 13-0 Jackson State. We'll be right back.
We love our house. The outdoor space is great, but we do have invasive weeds.
He's up here!
At least Geico makes bundling my home and car insurance easy. We save so much.
Stay away from my family.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
The 3 for Me only at Chili's serves up bottomless drinks, bottomless chips and salsa, and a classic old timer with cheese and fries for just $10.99. Hey, it's 3 for me, not 3 for us. It's my $10.99. It's my 3 for me. Hey, get out of here. Nope. Ooh, I can wait hands
I'm not
all
even
day.
supposed to be playing
This
that.
Chili's 3 for me.
I'm sorry, y'all. There's way too many commercials. Good Lord. Every other. Let's see what kind of commercial I could play. Let me see. I'll just play some music.
And a 13-0 lead as they have a 2nd and 17 right here for a touchdown. Tigers are coming off that sack.
I will say this, as far as like wide receivers, we have a 6'5" wide receiver on our team right now, James Jonas Fortillion. I would like to see us utilize the hardware that we already have. That's what I would like to
touch
do.
a quarterback when they're heading out. That's tough.
And a little bit of confusion here for
Got
Jackson
Kobe
State.
Paul out here.
He's trying to get lined up.
Jay
The running back,
Stevens.
Desmond Moultrie.
Desmond Moultrie.
And it's 3rd and 7
Luke
for
Miller.
the touchdown for Jackson State. Jacoby and Morgan into the end zone, back of the end zone. DJ Stevens, and he's out of the end zone. He was open for just a second, but the ball might have come a tad late.
Yeah, it's got to get there sooner because he basically ran himself right out the back end.
Got to be able to convert in the red zone.
Right there, the trigger's got to already be running.
Got to be able to
you can see
convert
right
in the red zone.
here, he's already at the back. There's no way. Slam in the post.
Came very close to it. So a fourth down attempt now. We're going to have Dylan Wasson come onto the field.
I think that we should have
it will be a 24-yard attempt, unofficially, from Wasson. And he's an interesting story himself. Who's basically a walk-on kicker here at Jackson State. We'll get to that in a minute. Wasson's kick is sailing right, and it is good. He gets it through the uprights that time. And Jackson State will tack on 3 more and take a 16-0 lead in this game. And you will remember just a couple weeks ago, we were doing their games. They did not have a kicker. And we're going to talk about that when we come back. But right now, we're going to pause for another timeout. 16-0 Jackson State with 14-11.
We on another commercial break. Oh, Lord have mercy. God mercy. All right. What y'all think so far? I feel like Jackson State is starting off good, but I definitely feel like we need to have at least 40 more points. At least 40 more points. There's no reason at this point, just how the opposing team is playing. You really don't have an excuse because, I mean, there's rain, yes, but the defense is holding Arkansas Pine Bluff to virtually no yardage whatsoever. So when you are getting these particular chances, you have to convert. So that is the second, well, that's the first drive where we weren't able to convert it to a touchdown. So I'm hoping that the next drive that we get, that we are able to convert it to a touchdown. We are seeing that they are utilizing 2 tight ends, Hagler and Stevens, on a couple of plays. So they're using 2 tight ends, which is a good thing. And then we see Kobe Paul blocking for DJ Stevens in that particular play. Lee is saying that they need to run the ball a little bit more. I definitely agree that the amount of hardware that we have on our team, like Jonas Fortillian, he should be lights out. He's like 6'5", 6'6". There's no reason why he doesn't have a couple of touchdowns. Kobe Paul has been consistent in not only blocking, but having some catches. So it's good to see him out there. And I'm hoping that he's able to bring in a big catch in the next couple of plays, maybe for a touchdown. Yeah.
And she didn't really get a chance to try it. And then they found Wasson as we have the kick return here, and is going to get to about the 20, still on his feet, maybe up to the 25. And then Dylan Wasson was on campus. They found out about it because his dad was a state trooper with one of T.C. Taylor's former teammates.
There you go. How easy is that?
And that's how they found him.
I say, hey, my son's out there, right? Why don't you give him a shot? He comes out there and he tries out, and then he's been great.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, here's the thing that's been, not only did he make the team, but he's been really, really solid. And as for Armenta, she came off the soccer team. She was just happened to be out there, and someone said she played in high school, so they let her try to kick.
You said he was good. This is how good he's been. He's made kicks from 40, 45, and 46 yards. Yeah. So they're very happy to have Dylan Wasson. So now Arkansas Pine Bluff back with the football. They go on offense. And they're going to go to the running game, and they have some room on the outside. So it's going to be a nice pickup there by the Golden Lions. Number 24, B.J. Curry on the carry. We also have a new quarterback in the game. We're going to see, it looks like Mekhi Haggins.
Yep, they done
who's the quarterback.
They done put in a new quarterback.
So the Golden Lions trying to mix things up a little bit. Little change, a strike thrown, caught, and a nice pickup again by the Golden Lions. Kenji Lewis on the catch for a short gain, but that's going to set up a nice 3rd and 1. Actually, that was a first down. So let's make it 1st and 10 for the Golden Lions. And there's your quarterback, Mekhi Higgins, 6'3", 204 pounds. He's a junior from St. Louis, Missouri. He's got some playing time this year. They played all 3 quarterbacks.
This is where our DBs come into play.
This is nothing unusual for Alonzo Hampton to try to jumpstart his team.
We need B.J. Washington.
Haggins slips a tackle in the backfield, but he has nowhere to go. Just a great response by that Jackson State defense.
That was AJ Karen, KJ Arrington and Peppers
is just
Josh Clark
impressive. They are all
out
over
there.
the map. And again, you got to give your quarterback an opportunity. Look right there. You got pressure rolling in, and it just does not stop.
Yeah, Higgins was surrounded in the backfield before he could do anything, really. Let's call it a loss of 1 after that last play, that last fine defensive play.
Because
by the Tigers. So second.
You see how they started lining them up on the
coming up now for the Golden Lions.
lining them all up instead of they don't really have that many. Okay.
35 tackles on the year.
Whoa.
Higgins fires it out near the sideline. That one's
what is going on with the time?
Pass.
Where's the
Joshua
time
Clark
at? Is there only 1
defending on
second
the play.
left?
He's been
12
busy
seconds left? How much
in this
time is
first half.
left? That clock is messed up, y'all.
Big fella from New Orleans, a transfer from
I don't know what's going
Ole
on with the
Miss.
time.
And he had a cup of coffee at Northwestern State.
Coffee before the game. May have had a
Uh-oh, y'all. I'm going to just put this disclaimer out here, especially if you've never tuned into one of my lives. I am
They excels at rushing the passer there.
I think that was Tyus Martin, number 98.
He's the transfer from Colorado.
They had a couple big guys in there. Watch them.
I don't know why it's skipping like that, but if it continues, I
wonder if they'll give that a team who they're going to share the sack or not, right?
Hey, that's where the half the sack comes from, because of plays like that. You got one guy that has him, and then another guy basically comes in and finishes him off. So now the Golden Lions will have to punt
the clock's
it away. Last
gone.
time
I don't know
Baker
where
had
it is,
20-yard
y'all.
punt,
It
so
was only 12
to do
seconds.
better this time. Gets the kick away. Going to get a good bounce, a Golden Lions bounce, and now it's going to settle in around the 18-yard line where they finally touched it down. But, you know, we really enjoyed our conversation with Alonzo Hampton. We'll talk about
it is not another.
Just a minute.
All right, let me see. Let me see, y'all. All right. I don't know what's going on with the clock. That didn't look too promising, that the clock is at 12 and then it's at 12 seconds and then it's at 1 second. So hopefully they get that taken care of. Let's go ahead and take a look at the stats for this particular game. I'm going to be going to the UAPB website to see if they have the updated stats. Hopefully they do. Sometimes they have it and sometimes they don't. So while it's on a commercial, we could take a look at those. So overall, what do you guys rate the offense? I think the defense is playing once again another lights out game. I would like to see the defense score. I think that would be icing on the cake, is if we can get a pick six in there or something to solidify the dominance of the defense. Oh, wait. It looks like we have somebody in the chat hating. Okay, so let's see. We have a dominant defense, scoreless, of course. The Jackson State defense held UAPB to only 3 first downs. So moving forward for the rest of this half, we need to see, of course, I want to see a defensive touchdown. That's what I want to see, a defensive touchdown.
We went to break, and he's such a positive, uplifting guy.
He is. He's very motivated.
Arkansas Pine Bluff, and he
just
said,
needs
he
the
said,
personnel
look
to
at
go
that
with it.
1-6 record, and people think we're losing. He said, we're learning, man.
Oh, Lord.
No. We're learning. We're getting better. We're getting experience out of this.
Well,
Oh.
I mean, anyone can take a look at and look at their own life. What's the best place you learn in failures, right? Learning not to do something, and usually when you fail it, you'll do whatever you can not to have that failure again. And that's what he's building. He's a new coach, new culture, trying to set the tone.
Thank you,
of how he
Fred,
wants
for
his
the
program
update.
run. He is certainly a joy to hear.
So Tigers, 1st and 10 with Ahmad Miller on a carry.
If one of the running backs is able to break through,
yeah, no, he was just a
it's
pleasure
gonna
to
be
talk to.
that's gonna be an automatic touchdown.
Talking about a lot of things. Pleased with some of the progress on defense. On the other side, you got another first-year coach, T.C. Taylor, who's stepping in for Deion Sanders, and all he did was just win the conference championship for 2 consecutive years. So those are big shoes to fill.
What I like what Taylor's done, though, he hasn't tried to redo everything. He's like, look, we're going to keep the same goals that we had before. We're going to dominate. We're going to execute. And his players have bought in, and they've done that.
Morgan's pass is tipped away right there. He did have an open receiver downfield, but one of the big linemen got a hand on that one to break up the pass. So that's going to set up a 3rd down and 7 for Jackson State.
Yeah, I think big Ryland Woods thought he was going to be able to have that interception. See how his hand went up there? He thought, man, if I can grab that, turn this the other way.
Ryland Woods, the 6-footer, 235-pound junior, making a big play. Jackson State 4 for 6 on 3rd down. Morgan passing to the sidelines, and it's caught, but out of bounds. So he let it just a little too much. Was trying to hit Kobe Paul. Paul made the catch, but he was out of bounds on the play.
Well, that's kind of what Coach talked about. Morgan, is just, his timing's just a little bit off. When we talk about he's got to make the play that's there, he's just a little bit behind, which means your receiver drifts too far to the sidelines, and he's not able to take it in.
But some of that could be also from the hand injury, the surgery, and just not playing. He just needs the reps.
Right. No, I mean, it's a timing with your receiver, making quicker decisions. There's a whole lot that goes about this. It doesn't just happen real quick.
I don't know whose clock that is.
Again, but that's a big stop for the Golden Lions.
So Matt Knoll on to punt the football away.
It's good to see Matt Knoll back.
Sends it high and deep, and we will have a return on it. It's Johnson. Shakes the tackler, but now he's caught and dropped at the 30-yard line. So Donald Johnson trying to get something going. The transfer from Grambling, but he is caught and dropped.
Another
10:09 to go. We'll be back in a minute. Stick around.
Ooh. There we go, y'all. Let's see if these summary is up. I feel like we have stalled a little bit, but we getting ready to get the ball back. I think they were trying to run the ball, but it wasn't working very well. They gave the ball to Aubrey Miller's little brother, Ahmad Miller, and let's just look at these team stats. Rushing average is only 1.1 per yard per carry, I'm guessing that is. 1.1, that's abysmal. That's not good at all. Only 15 rushing yards out of 14 rushing attempts. So the run game is not really producing any yardage. I guess they can try to break through, which is what they've been doing, that's why there's so many attempts. The run game, they're trying to get something going with it, but it's not really converting like it should be. Hopefully they'll get a breakthrough run here soon. Just because the run game is going to be essential in keeping the game further and further away. And the reason why I say, usually they say if you have a lot of rushing and a lot of running, that it makes the score lower. But by doing the run game, you're going to be able to give the defense a little bit of a rest. You don't want to keep having to put your defense on the field and you guys keep getting 3 and outs and the defense has to come back. So we need for the offense to be able to convert and get those first downs. Because right now we're seeing a situation where the defense is holding up on their end by keeping them from scoring, but we're not seeing the offense doing what they're supposed to do, which is actually
just 38 yards on 18 plays. That is not going to get it while the Tigers have 28 plays.
But we don't know whether it's 4th and 7 or 2nd and 10.
So
they
second
keep
down
moving it
and
around.
10 to go now.
We don't know. Good Lord.
Mackay will pass. Fires over the middle. Has a man down there, and he just overshot him. Just a little too strong on that pass.
Anthony
Was trying to
Petty.
hit Kenji Lewis.
Can't see
Had a
who
couple
else
of
was
steps.
covering.
Yeah, it looked to me when he was releasing
No, it's
that
Anthony
ball,
Petty's
it's
number
almost like
24.
when something, you're in a carnival game and you're trying to hit that one little thing.
Oh, there's
Watch him as he releases it. He's like, oh, he's right there. I'm going to try to put it in, and just couldn't get it right there.
Keedron Culligan.
The outside
Anthony Petty
shoulder,
and
that's
Keedron
where more room
Culligan,
was. It's the safety
both of which
who's
have
coming over the top
interceptions
to help
this
out.
Anthony Petty did
season.
a good job of getting over there right at the end, so you couldn't really float that ball too much. So,
right.
Third down and 10 now for
I
the
like
Golden
that they're
Lions.
playing the 4-3 scheme.
In trouble. Higgins fires over the middle, has his man, it's caught. He's going to pick up the first down and more. The Golden Lions come up with a huge play.
Of course,
it's Derek
that's
White
Huggins
on the reception, and he
tackle.
picked up the big first down to keep the drive
Huggins
alive.
was able to bring him down.
What's your favorite person in quarterback? It's a receiver that makes himself. Now, first he turns into trouble, actually, and then he gets to the outside, and then he still looks downfield. Now, watch this move right there. That creates the extra room for the first down.
Huggins,
and a receiver that comes back and helps out his quarterback. That's your favorite guy.
Big first down there. As you see Derek White, who made the catch, 5'11", 168, sophomore from the ATL, and the handoff goes inside to B.J. Curry, and he runs into a solid wall.
Wow, but look at him.
He spun out of there, but that's a...
How did he get that extra 4 to 5 yards? Did he tunnel through there? What the heck was that?
He made a nice little move spinning out of there as we get down to the 8:30 mark.
Wow. Yeah, that's just determination right there.
Yeah, he didn't quit.
No.
Because the initial stop went nowhere, and then he spun out of it to set up a nice 2nd and 5 for the Golden Lions that they've come to life offensively here. Higgins to pass it again. Now the pressure comes in. Rolling to his right, escapes, and he's going to end up picking up 2 or 3 yards as he steps out of bounds. So he does a good job, like I said, making something happen there.
Did he kick?
I'm gonna need y'all to run down on him.
I thought he should have thrown it away.
Yeah, he got into
that one.
We got True Thompson. Is that Jeremiah? Jeremiah Williams, True Thompson, Philip Webb.
Third down,
Doyle,
and now they're going to put, third
on
and
the
7.
line.
I was watching the scoreboard, I'm sorry. Originally, they had 3rd and 5, but make it 3rd and 7 now as they pushed it back, and we do have a timeout on the field as they talk about things over there. And you see T.C. Taylor in the middle there somewhere talking to his team. Been a pretty good first half for Jackson State, but now all of a sudden Arkansas Pine Bluff has a lot of the momentum going.
That's Jonathan Bradley, one of the defensive coordinator in there, right there in the middle. He talked about this week a lot of it being attention to detail. He said you can't let yourself get away from your detail and what's coached, and you got to be able to finish plays, finish drives. That's the big part of what they need to do. A lot of times they were doing a lot of right things, and on the play they needed the most, they lost their attention span. They lost their intensity.
Yeah, but Jonathan Bradley has this team really, really playing some good defense.
Yeah,
they're being aggressive. They're all over the field, and more importantly than anything else, they're forcing turnovers.
3rd and 7. This is a really
So here comes
big
a big
stop.
third
for,
down now for the Golden
Jackson
Lions from
State.
Arkansas Pine Bluff. Mekhi Hagan's in at quarterback. Blitz. Fake the blitz on the play, and Pine Bluff wisely backed out of it. And now we have another whistle and another timeout on the field.
This time the Golden Lions said, "Wait a minute, we didn't like what we saw right there. We're gonna have a look at this and see what we're gonna do here."
Well, what they saw was a lot of pressure about to come their way.
Right.
And we were just talking about the Jackson State defense, second in the SWAC in passing defense, allowing right at 190 yards a game. Most of the time, it's less than that. So I mean, it's just doing an outstanding job on the defensive side.
The defense been playing lights out, boy. I don't have no
They do
complaints.
so much so well. They got a secondary that's just
They
fantastic.
held
They can switch out
UAPB
different guys
to
in
3
positions.
first
They put a
down.
lot of pressure on those cornerbacks and safeties to cover and cover well. They don't mind doing man, so they mix it up quite a bit.
On the rushing side, only giving up
Passing yards, 43 yards
rushing
versus
a game.
174.
So what they
Offensively,
do, I
they
think,
not
better
even
than
in the
anything
same
else is they will bring the
discussion
heat,
right now.
and we will see if it's coming here on 3rd and 7.
They should still blitz them.
Golden Lions will pass it, and it's going to be an incomplete pass. No chance on that one. Was trying to hit number 3 over there in the vicinity, but it just wasn't happening.
Yeah.
Actually, it was Kenji Lewis.
See how many? That's only three
Wow,
first
so they're
downs.
going to have to kick the football away. So the Lions had something going right there. The Golden Lions had the football going up and down the field, but that defense came up with a big play, and with 7:40 to go here in the first half, Jackson State looks like they're going to get the football back.
And again, what this does is it puts a drain on that Golden Lions defense because they're on the field so much and so much pressure, they get worried about making a mistake.
Pressure on the kicker, and they hit the kicker.
Ooh.
And now the official behind the kicker, behind the punter, said they did partially block the kick. He was signaling that they did block the kick because they ran directly into the punter on that play.
Yeah, and the rule there is if you touch the ball at all, then you can hit the punter. You can run into him, which it's almost like double jeopardy for the punter. That's right, I got my punt block, and you can hit me.
If we could take another look at that, it'd be great because the punter, the defensive player who showed up, got on the corner right there. He was there early and in plenty enough time to get that. Watch this.
There were 3 guys there that just have a party at the punter's foot.
Looked like it may have been Alan Burnett. Numbers, I'm not sure who it was. I didn't quite get the number either.
Say pick one. There was 3 guys. There were 3 guys there. I think any one of them could have put a hand on that ball.
Tavarius Jones also back there, and it looked like he was there, but whoever came from the left side just kind of missed the ball, like barely got a piece of the ball because they were there early enough to get the block.
So I thought they were going to get it.
Yeah.
In live action. Yeah,
so Jackson State has the football. Tigers getting set to go back to work on offense. Plenty of time here in the second quarter, and Morgan has gone all the way to quarterback in the second start. Done some things well, been a little off on some of his passes. And he's starting 1st and 10 here with the ball at the 13-yard line. Morgan will throw it. Now he gets out of the pocket. He was a little anxious to.
We'll be talking about that offensive line shortly, probably at halftime, because I'm seeing some things that I see in the other games. So
that was J.D. Morgan, the running back who's missed several games this year because of a toe injury. And each week, Coach will tell us he's getting closer and closer to coming back. And that time on the previous play, that time it was Duke Miller, but the previous play was J.D. Martin, who had gotten the backfield and saw some action over there. So it's good to see him. He's a good runner, and of course he's getting some action today. He's getting to work back into it because Irv Mulligan is not available, but we do have a flag, and we have not had a lot of flags in this ball game. So this was going to push the offense back.
Usually I hate saying that because that means it's going to be a plethora of them after.
Holding call, yeah.
So the holding call goes against Jackson State, so to wipe out that play to Duke Miller. But we were talking about J.D. Martin, who is an outstanding running back. And for a long time, he was the starting running back, and then he injured the toe, missed a lot of action, and that kind of opened the door for Irv Mulligan.
And, of course, Irv Mulligan has been.
Is that time right, y'all?
Second.
It looked like it's going fast as hell, don't it? Lord. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. This game kind of janky, y'all. The clock not running right. Now it looks like it's running way too fast.
Once again, though, it's the tackling that's not really working out too well for Arkansas Pine Bluff. They had a couple of shots at Martin right there, couldn't bring him down. So that big run, Martin will sit, and Desmond Moultrie will come back, slips the tackler in the backfield. He goes around the left side. He's going to pick up about 7. Moultrie on the carry there as he gets back into the ball game.
Whoever said that we need to run, it looks like
when you got a battle of running backs like that that have that kind of success, everyone's like, well, wait a minute, I better bring it when I get out there, otherwise I won't see the field.
It's a talented group of running backs indeed. Second and 5 now for the Tigers from Jackson State. Morgan looking to throw it, and he slips away. Got caught in the backfield. He completes his pass, and that is a first down for JSU. That pass to Kobe, who hauled that one in.
Yeah, I thought Morgan was going to just tuck it down and go ahead and run it. But he decided not to and threw it. Good job by him. And, again, making good decisions. And when the play is there, you got to make it.
So the Tigers, because they're moving the ball, like you like to say, it's easy to go to that up-tempo offense when you're making big plays. And they are making big plays. First and 10 ball on the 25-yard line. And Morgan looking to pass it again. Down the sideline. Has a man breaking perfectly. That's DJ Stevens. And it's another touchdown for Jackson State. The big tight end hauled it in. He had a touchdown on the second play of the game. And now DJ Stevens bounced back again.
Okay.
I'll tell you, Desmond Moultrie made the block that allowed it to happen. Watch Moultrie slide to his left. Gets the defensive end, slams him down so that way he can throw the easy pass into the touchdown to Stevens. Again, a running back willing to block. That's big time. That's guys buying into each play, buying into the program.
Don't listen to him. We up 23-0.
No, you know the best thing about that drive? And here is Leilani Armenta on for the extra point. The young lady we talked about not that long ago, just a few minutes ago, and she hit it.
There you go.
And that's one happy group of Jackson State Tigers down there. Leilani Armenta from Ventura, California, first woman to ever play in a SWAC football game, never play in an HBCU football game. And she comes on and she drills the extra point, and they're excited about it. We're going to pause for a timeout now.
Okay, Leilani. Okay, Miss Armenta, with her first extra point of her HBCU football career. Who is that person? Who is Chief Kichiwaya? I want to know what HBCU he represents. I really do, because I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure it out. It's not adding up. It's not. It's not. Let's go ahead and look at these stats. Jackson State has 12 first downs versus UAPB having 4. In the chat, they were asking, why are they not running the ball? I think that was Miss Brianna. Miss Brianna asked, why are they not running the ball? In this particular drive alone, they were able to increase their rushing average to 3.6 yards per carry. They have 62 rushing yards, 224 receiving yards, and we still have 5 minutes left in the first half. I like that I am seeing, which I've spoke about, which is Kobe Paul. But let's talk about this defense because they're not playing. The more chances that Jackson State has to score, which the defense is doing, the higher the score will be. So we see Khalil Arrington with 4 tackles, John Huggins with 3, Isaac Peppers with 3. Devontae Davis has half a sack, and Tyus Martin, the Colorado transfer. Jacoby and Morgan has 224 yards. Fabian McCray has 4 receptions. Kobe Ball has 2. And DJ Stevens has 2, of which he's been able to convert both of those receptions to touchdowns. DJ Stevens has a total of 95 yards. Fabian McCray has 69. JD Martin's first game back, and he has ran for 69 yards. Rushing, so it looks like those are receiving yards. JD Martin has a total of 35 yards. Desmond Moultrie has 16, and Jacobian Morgan has 7. So you see they're having Jacobian not run as much.
What an excellent boy. She is really fired up and happy as you see the play drive there. 6 plays, 87 yards, and it took them 2 minutes and 7 seconds to get that touchdown. A 25-yard TD pass to DJ Stevens, and now all of a sudden, a lot of that momentum is on the Jackson State side.
Yeah, you know what I love about Arminta? When we saw her
That's
come in,
Ezekiel Johnson. He's playing on special teams.
He's
a running back, but he's
had
also
to come in and she kicked an extra point. It was rough for her. Certainly didn't look the way you know that she wanted it to look. And then to come out here in this game a couple weeks later, really 2-3 weeks later, and now she kicks a perfect extra point, and you can just tell her timing and all that is so much better because she used to kick in high school and now kicking here. You can just tell she's absolutely elated.
Well, they all are.
And the team is, yes.
That first game, it was the kickoff, and it didn't quite go the way she expected it to go on the kickoff.
Yeah.
And so that was her first attempt at an extra point, and she drilled it, and you could see that whole sideline just light up right there.
You could see a 400-yard game
behind that. And so now Arkansas Pine Bluff will try to stop some of this momentum that's going Jackson State way. And they started out with a pass and a nice gain on first down as they go to Damon Dawkins on the catch and run.
Yeah, and this sounds silly, Butch, but at the end of the day, the Golden Lions really just have to concentrate on each play. Just try to execute the best you can, right? And get some positive plays and just honestly, just you got to do play-by-play. It always sounds so weird when people say that, but that's what they have to do right now. You can't look at the big picture.
2nd and 4 for the Golden Lions. The pass is complete to number 2, Kenji Lewis. Going to be a short gain on the play, but they're trying to do what you're talking about. 4:55 to go here. Just move the ball downfield.
Yeah, and if anything you do here, you got to maintain the ball. Maintain the ball through the rest of this quarter if you can possibly.
So Chandler Edwards, after taking a couple of series off, he's back in at quarterback for the Golden Lions. Number 17 right there on your screen. Obviously, the coaches just wanted to get him on the sidelines, let him calm down a little bit, and then restart. He goes to the run, and nothing happening right there. Just a great reaction from that defensive line for the Jackson State Tigers. You see white jerseys all over the field right now.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the Tigers are really, maybe the Piranhas after this one, the way they're everywhere, all over the place. I mean, just look at it. There's like 4 or 5 guys all on top of us. A little bit of a late hit there on the other part of it. Wow.
2nd down coming up now, making a loss of 3 on the play. Golden Lions with the ball. Edwards back in at quarterback. Puts his back in motion. Has some time. Has a man open underneath. That is Kenji Lewis, who spins away and is going to come up with a first down for the Golden Lions. Kenji Lewis, the 6'1", 200-pound sophomore from Memphis. coming up with a big play.
Yeah, Lewis did a great job just going right into the empty spot and just sat down, waited, boom, grabbed the ball and took off. And there might be a spin move there, huh?
Well, they were moving the football last time they had it. It just unfortunately the drive came to an end. Edwards with the pass underneath again to Lewis. Down to 3:12 to go here in the first half.
Lewis really does a good job of pushing that defender to back up. And right when he's getting ready to cross over to kind of turn, as a defensive back, you're backpedaling, kind of turning. Once you do that turn, that's where he stops and digs in.
So 2nd and 6 now for the Golden Lions. May have had an offside penalty there. Don't see the flag. And there's a flag downfield, though. A little contact, and the flag is thrown downfield. Jalen Hughes was in the vicinity. He was on the ground, actually, for Jackson State.
He either grabbed Claude Coleman on his way down for 88. The Golden Warriors or not. I think that's what happened. He was falling and kind of grabbed him and slowed him down. All right. I speak blur, and what that is two fouls off defense, offsides, and then interference. There he is pulling him down right as he was falling down, and they're going to go with the interference call and take that.
Which is what you need to do in that situation. Yeah, he was yanking on Claude Coleman's jersey right there. So a big first down for the Golden Lions, sets them up down at the 30-yard line with the football. Still got plenty of time for them to punch this into the end zone. 23-0, Jackson State out in front if you're just joining us. Empty backfield. Now he puts a man in motion. That's Dawkins. Was going to throw it to Dawkins, but goes over the middle high, but a nice catch, and then he couldn't hang on to it. So he had a man open, passed just a little tad high. Went to his big tight end right there, Tristan Ballard. And we have a couple of players down, a couple of Jackson State players down.
Boy, Ballard did a good job. Watch him go up, grab it. He gets hit right inside that hip and in that rib cage. Well, that's a hard hit.
Yeah, that was B.J. Washington, number 9. He's one of the players who was shaken up on that play.
He delivered the hit. He's hurting. Tells you how tough Ballard is. But he's holding on to that side a little bit as he gets up.
Yeah, that pass was intended for Ballard. The interesting thing about Tristan Ballard, and, he's one of these guys, Coach was talking about him as, he's listed as 241. But he said if you see him in person, he looks like he's 260. I mean, he's got that kind of Adonis body and stuff. And he said, it's so cute to see he and his mom were both in grad school at the same time. And his mom recently graduated, got her master's. Now he's working. As we're watching the Jackson State sideline over there as they're working on while the injured player is being attended to, and you see the Jackson State players, the Arkansas Pine Bluff team there, and Tristan Ballard, and he's just one of the guys that, and that's one of the things Coach Alonzo Hampton said about, we want these guys to be good citizens too, and we want them to achieve things and go to school and go to class and do the right things. And he said, believe it or not, that's how you become successful on the football field.
Yeah, I misspoke, said Jackson State a minute ago, but yeah, Arkansas Pine Bluff is what I meant to say. And again, you're right. I mean, he's certainly trying to create, Alonzo Hampton, a different type of character and a different type of team. And again, he talked about having his guys do chapel night every Friday night. I think that's huge. And he gets about 35 guys on that team to attend a chapel night on a Friday night where they all get together. And he says he used to lead it, and now he's got players that lead it, and they take him through it. And now it's kind of a self, propagating deal for the players, right? It's about them. And it's about their walk, and that's that's incredibly impressive, and what a bonding moment for you.
Exactly, and it's something that they do on their own. It's not a mandatory thing that you have to show up for. It's something like that, and they want to do it. And he said he can tell you can tell it's brought the team closer, and it's made it even closer when you let the players actually lead the chapel service. So they got a lot of things going on in Arkansas Pine Bluff, but he was just such a positive, uplifting guy to talk to, and all of his coaches. In fact, there's a connection between Alonzo Hampton at Arkansas Pine Bluff and the offensive coordinator for Jackson State, who's Maurice Harris, because Alonzo actually wanted to hire Maurice Harris, but they got to be friendly because they were part of another coaches Bible study situation that involved 300 coaches. They would do it online, and they would do it at 5 a.m.
Oh, wow.
And so that was a kind of cool thing. And he said, yeah, I actually tried to bring him over, and I couldn't get him to come over. So, and then we're a little pause. We have a timeout on the field now. We do have an injured player on the field that they're taking a look at. We're going to pause for a timeout. 23-0 Jackson State. We'll be right back. You see the applause as they help the injured player off the field. We'll be back in a minute.
Could somebody just tell me what happened? Anybody have a status update on Kevrick Wiggins? I didn't know that he got injured. Was that the first? Oh, goodness. Was that a UAPB player or a Jackson State player that just got injured? I'm sorry, y'all. I've been trying to do 3 different things. I just would like to let you guys know that the technical difficulties that I'm having with my stream, it's not just me. Let's go ahead. So prayers for that particular player that was injured. Oh, no. It says BJ Washington got hurt. So that's 2 of our best DBs that have gotten injured with this weather and the field. Not good at all. So hopefully he a speedy recovery. Lord, let's see. Oh no, it says BJ Washington got hurt. So that turf is not being very nice at all. He broke his leg. Oh man. Wait, are you saying Kevrick Wiggins broke his leg, or are you saying BJ Washington?
Trying to make sure the Tigers don't know what's coming their way, and maybe that's the way to do it.
1st and 10 now for Arkansas Pine Bluff, as they look over to the sideline for the play. 2:13 and counting to go here in the first half. 23-0 Jackson State, but Golden Lions knocking on the door here, trying to get something going in the red zone, and movement on the offensive line. Big number 74, Kristen Love, might have been the first one to jump. We'll have to see what the officials have on this.
Boy, that's an Alka-Seltzer moment for coaches right there, because you start to get some positives going, and you get no other way to call it a mental error, right? That you just can't jump off sides.
Oh, no.
But again, I get it. As far as the linemen go, the amount of rush and the pressure you're under every time you take a snap for the Golden Lions, it is tough. And you want to make sure you get it the quickest start you possibly can, but you can't jump off sides.
Well, there's a lot going on down there now. You're trying to make sure you don't miss a call. You're trying to make sure you see what's going on. You get the snap count. There's a lot happening. So Here we go on 1st and 15. Pass to the end zone is broken up. 2 Jackson State defenders there made a fine play, knocking that one away. Solomon Rogers was back there. He had some help with him also. Also number 8, Jalen Hughes. So this is going to be a big series right here as we go to 1:55 to go in the first half. Arkansas Pine Bluff would love to put some points on the board before halftime.
You know, in the SWAC, the Tigers do more man-on-man than anyone else I see. Most of the defenses do a lot more zone. They challenge you every play.
Hagen's had a lot of room right in front of him and wide open, and he's going to take it down to the 1-yard line. What a nice run right there by Makai Hagens on the carry.
You know, he went down to the ground. That ball came popping out. The Tigers thought they had another fumble here. But because they're man-on-man, look, it clears out the entire middle. Just talk about that. And then he comes storming through. And again, they thought they had a fumble, but he was surely down. And that ball popped out to 1.
So 1st and goal to go for the Golden Lions. Hagens at quarterback. Blitz coming. He hands it off, and he gets around the outside and into the end zone for the touchdown for Pine Bluff. That's Kirsten Rogers on the carry, and he takes it in for the touchdown.
Wow, that's one of the few times you'll see two misses from the Tigers as far as tackles. And Rogers did a great job. I thought he was dead to rights about 3 or 4 yards back. Watch, he gets the ball. I thought right there he's gone. Bad angle right there. Then he takes it in for the looked like easy touchdown. Look at that. Just a bad pursuit angle off that edge. You let him get around you, and they score a touchdown. This is big for the Golden Lions.
Did a great job bouncing it to the outside. Extra point. It is good. So they drilled it. So a nice drive by the Arkansas Pine Bluff Golden Lions, and they finished it off. That was the most important thing about that drive. They've had some good drives in this ball game, but they have not been able to finish them off, and they finished it right there. The drive, as you can see, 10 plays, 77 yards, 3 minutes and 49 seconds before Rogers ran it in for the touchdown. 1 yard on the touchdown run.
And that is something you can build off of. I said it would be extremely hard to get long drives to score. And Alonzo Hampton can point to that and say, see, guys, we can do it, and we can do it against one of the best defense, not the best defense in all of the SWAC, and we can get it done. And they're going to grab that tape. They're going to look at it and say, guys, this is what we can do. This is what we can do. So that's huge for them, 10 plays.
Driving it down and scoring and getting the points was part one of this equation. Part two is what Coach David Holloway told us, the defensive coordinator, what he told us this week. David Callaway, excuse me. What Callaway told us, he said, we can't give up any big splash plays. We cannot give up any long plays for touchdown. We got 1:28 to go in the first half. We will see if their defense can come on and shut Jackson State down. So here come the Tigers on the return. It is Spencer around the outside. Got blockers in front of him. Stevens looking for a hole. Spencer still on his feet. And finally, he just stepped out of bounds. Isaiah Spencer with a great return to set Jackson State up again with some great field position with 1:17 to go in the first half.
I love what Stevens does right here. Stevens stays and gets in front of him. Watch, he gets right behind Stevens. And Stevens just keeps working. And he's patient enough to stay right behind him, realizing he's going to create another 5, 10 yards by staying right in Stevens' hip pocket. Great job on special teams. And again, you talk about giving up big plays. Obviously, the second game of the second play of the game, they gave up the big one. Right now, they have got to stay strong here and close it out on defense for the Golden Lions.
That is exactly what David Callaway told us. He wanted his team to avoid the big kickoff return, puts Jackson State in great position to maybe add some more points before the half. So Morgan goes back to pass. Backing up, and finally just throws it wide and out of bounds. But, wow, we have a flag down, and one of the offensive linemen is down right next to the flag.
Well, it's funny. It's not funny, but 3 of the Tigers linemen all collided back there trying to make blocks. I would imagine there's a hole there.
That was Deontay Graham, number 64, who was down on the ground. See Morgan trying to fire up his offense there.
And that's what they talked about, why they wanted Morgan. They wanted a spark. on this team. He's not afraid to tell someone when they've done something right and when they've done something wrong.
Let me ask you this. If you're offensive lineman, though, did Morgan cause that penalty by the continue to fade back and fade back and fade back? Here he goes on 1st and 20 now. Fires. This time he releases quickly, and he got it back and picked up some yardage on the play.
Yeah, you're exactly right. When Morgan gets unpredictable as a lineman, you don't know where your guy's going, and you have a tendency to hold trying to protect him. And sometimes you just got to throw the ball away and look for the next play.
52 seconds to go. Morgan again near the sideline, completes his pass. The receiver steps out of bounds after a nice gain. That is Fabian McCray on that one with a good squeeze of the football. And now we're going to back him up again. So we do have another flag down on the field. That is unfortunate for Jackson State because they had the great field position and they were on the move, but now they're moving the wrong way.
And again, mental errors, you got to finish. You got to finish. You got to maintain your intensity, maintain your focus. And again, that's something Jackson State says they got to constantly work on all the time. They should be trying to close out and close out the Golden Lions, but instead they're making mistakes, costing themselves. You can't beat yourself in a game.
Well, I will add this on to that comment because the one thing they've done today is they've overcome penalties. They've made penalties,
sure,
but they've overcome them with big plays. So, but that eventually catches up to you.
Yeah,
it usually does.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and they are talented, so they do find the way to overcome. But I'm talking from a coach's perspective. That's what they're after, and they're like, look, you can't keep doing it. You can't always overcome, right? It's just like every once in a while you get lucky. You can overcome some turnovers, and you find a way to win. But at the end of the day, long term, you can't live like that. I cannot decipher that.
So we missed that explanation there. And Tigers will have the football, and they're looking down, and they're looking at 19 yards again for a first down.
I'd say watch one of those receiver screens that they're going to do. They can get a good chunk, about 10 plays, and get to the sidelines, stop the clock. But I don't see them stacked, so it looks like they're not in position for that. But.
Yeah, they have two wideouts to the left, two wideouts to the right. Jacobian Morgan at quarterback. Going to pitch it. Throws underneath, inside to his running back. Gets around the outside, has some room, and steps out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. That's J.D. Martin, and that's his first action in some time this year. So good to see him back and looking healthy and in the backfield and making a big contribution for the Tigers today. 27 seconds to go now. Morgan again going quickly. Has some time. Cocks it underneath again. A big hit, but a catch is made over there by number 19. That is Kobe Paul with a catch for the Jackson State Tigers.
Wow, Kobe Paul.
Now we have a timeout on the field with 20 seconds.
I thought for sure that ball was coming out. He was hit hard. Watch when this ball gets to him. And again, great timing by the defense. It's like, bam. I mean, as soon as that ball gets there, but he, it's one of those things. You're going to get hit anyway. You might as well catch it, right? That's what coaches tell you. But it's easier to say than to do.
This is, you hate to compare people and say this guy looks like this guy looks like whoever.
Yep.
But I'm going to say it anyway. Jacobian Morgan, there's something about his delivery that reminds me of Vince Young. I got to see Vince Young in high school, got to see Vince Young at UT, got to see Vince Young with the Titans. There's something about his delivery that reminds me of Vince Young, about the way he's delivering the football. But he's delivering it right on the money right now.
He certainly he's getting more accurate as this game gets going, right? Earlier he was missing some high, missed a couple of good plays, and he's been more accurate since then.
20 seconds to go in the ball game now. Passes underneath again. This time it's complete to Hagler, and he's knocked out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. So again, it's down to 14 seconds to go in the first half. Tigers are going to take it as far as they can. They're knocking on the door, though, right there. Time is obviously more important than the down. Second down and 4 to go, and we do have a whistle on the field and a timeout called by Arkansas Pine Bluff. And there you see head coach right there, Alonzo Hampton, on the sideline trying to pump up his defense and see if they could get according to the scoreboard, both teams have one timeout remaining. So that's a good timeout to have in your back pocket if you're TC Taylor, in case you need to get the field goal unit out there.
I think you're going to see McCray, or you're going to see J.D. Martin possibly drag somewhere in the middle and let them see if they can get in.
Second down. Morgan looking to the end zone, and he goes high, and his receiver was separating right there at the goal line, but the pass was too high for Kobe Paul.
Well, he went in the middle. I think Kobe Paul got probably grabbed a little bit. Looked like he got slowed down right there towards the end.
10 seconds to go now. So this ball will probably go into the end zone also on third down.
Question now is if they don't get it here, do they go for it on fourth or they kick it?
Well, and that's an interesting question to ask. Do you set up your field goal kicker for a kick, or do you take your shot in the end zone? You got time. 10 seconds to go. You're sitting on the timeout. Third down. Morgan for the end zone. Passes, and it's going to be incomplete. And he had what he wanted to have. He just didn't get enough on that football. He had the defensive back with his head turned, and he tried to get the ball to the receiver, but he just underthrew it a little bit.
Yeah, and quite honestly, his receiver, Bertillion, actually helped him out by not doing something that allowed that defensive back to turn around. Because if the DB would have turned around, that ball probably would have been right in his easy for an interception, actually.
So Wasson will come on with 5 seconds to go to attempt the field goal. Good snap, good hold. Kick from Wasson is, wow, he missed it. Wide right would have to be. It was trying to hook back in. That just.
Well, that was no good. That was a waste. Dang. You should have just went for it 4th and 4. That was not any good. Wow. Missed opportunity.
As they straighten out this situation.
Surely you wouldn't decline it if you got the state. Yeah,
fourth down again.
Yeah, because they're going to play it on time down, I guess, and they're going to get another chance to kick it.
So
anyway,
some interesting going on here. And once again, it's another mistake by Arkansas Pine Bluff that may end up costing them some points.
I don't know what happened.
So Wasson will attempt the field goal again, and
he gets a second chance at it.
It's great to have a second chance because you're in golf. That second guy is always the better guy. So we will see as Dylan Wasson has another attempt at the field goal. This time,
we go.
He hits it. It's
Thanks
up
and
chance. Through, and Jackson State will tack on 3 more. So the penalty by Arkansas Pine Bluff was costly. They missed the field goal, and now he had an opportunity to put the points back on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but the big opportunity for Golden Lions was getting that score, getting that touchdown for them. 10 play drive.
So they're on the board now. 20.
At 26-7. I am gonna have to cut my live short because it keeps stalling. So I apologize about this, y'all, but I'll have to cut my live in about 5-10 minutes. Fred says that FAMU has 14 and Prairie View has 0. Let's go ahead and look at these SWAC scores. So apparently today for the Magic City Classic, if Alabama A&M does not win, then FAMU actually clinches the SWAC East. I didn't know that. Let's see. I was trying to get our scores updates, SWAC football scores today. Bethune-Cookman has the ball, and they are in Grambling, and they're driving down. It's a close game, 14-21. Alabama State is up by 3 points. There's only 29 seconds left. Lord, if Alabama A&M loses this game, then FAMU clinches. Florida A&M, I think somebody said that they were up 14-0, so they haven't updated the scoreboard. And then I don't know what's going on with the Valley game versus Alcorn. There's no score right now. So, what do you guys think about the first half?
And then put out the door. Okay.
We should have more points, and I hate we got 2 injured players. 10-3 Alcorn. Keep the pressure on. Hopefully Rogers can fill that void. That's very, very bad that we have not only BJ Washington, but Kevrick Wiggins that were injured. Those are 2 of our biggest DBs. And so for that to have happened, that's not good at all. Thank you. Let's quickly talk about our offense today because, our defense is playing very well. And Jacobian Morgan has played very well as well. He has 256 yards right now, 3 touchdowns. He's throwing at 79% completion rate. He's been playing really well. And if he can continue to play at this rate, he should have well over, I could say that in the second half, if they play the same intensity, he could come up with 400 pass yards possibly in this game. Once again, y'all, I apologize, but I do have to end my stream early. Just because I won't be able to stream and leave, and there's too many glitches because I would just leave the stream running, but the game has too many glitches. Where's your outfit at? your cousin. What is it? That's not her room. Right?
Some people just know what road to take. Those are the people who know to choose Allstate.
It's faster.
Turn left.
Not happening.
He knows better than any GPS, and he'd point you in Allstate's direction.
Go all the way down the road past the big gray warehouse.
Take the next exit.
You're not from around here, so you don't know the back roads.
I don't want to be late for the party.
I'm gonna save us 5 minutes.
Some people just know what road to take.
You're on the fastest route.
Those are the people who know safe drivers save 40% with Allstate.
Just what you want to be, you will be in the end. And I love you. Yes, I love you. I love you. Rio de Janeiro.
Hello.
I'm a big fan. If we was gonna do a collab, what do you think about this? You know what I mean? Boom, Ice Spice. Boop, boop. Like, feeling that? Like on a poster, big though, Times Square. Oh, we can go another way.
AG1 is foundational nutrition, science-driven vitamins and minerals, pre- and probiotics, adaptogens, functional mushrooms, daily support for whole body health that you just can't get in a multivitamin. Upgrade your routine at drinkag1.com.
We don't know any first responders who only give 90%. Or farmers, the workers who build our towns, roads, infrastructure. They don't stop at halfway. And good luck finding a small business who's happy with an 80% effort. That's why they use Ford trucks, Ford F-Series, 100% assembled in America. Because we're all in on America.
We're the guys! Brozone! How come you never told me?
That's all in the past.
Check out your old outfits. Denim tuxedo? Did you have frosted tips?
It was an era.
It's time we get the band back together.
Now let's roll.
I mean, if it keeps running, it'll run, but I'm not even in the house.
Looks like your band days aren't behind you.
Trolls band together. Rated PG. Sneak previews November 4th. In theaters everywhere November 17th.
Hey, wake up. The words in your head, you're the only one that can hear them. Say it. Yo sí puedo. Dale. Hold on to this feeling. Se siente bien, ¿no? Yo puedo, yo debo, yo lo haré.
It's halftime, and Jackson State leads Arkansas Pine Bluff 26-7. Time now to check out some news and notes from around the SWAC to talk about. As you see the M4 wrapping up their show.
unless somebody else want to take over the live. Let me see. I don't even know how to do that.